Hey everyone, welcome back to Mr. Howell's Classroom, where today we're doing lesson 4 of chapter 12. Chapter 12 is at the end of my math. We're at the end of the year. We're ending up here. We're talking about 3D shapes, and you're thinking, what are 3D shapes again? 3D shape stands for three-dimensional, which means we're measuring it in three ways. Because with 2D shapes or two-dimensional, flat shapes, you think of your square and your circle and triangle. You can measure those by how long and wide they are, but 3D shapes or solid shapes are measured by how wide, long, and high. So if you look at this cube, you have the square face and it's got you could measure how tall it is or how long it is and how wide it is. But with a cube, you can do that going this way, measure this way, and this way. How high, long, and wide. So, three-dimensional, solid, it takes up space. So, let's look at this lesson here. This is lesson 4, and this is our problem solving one. And I love this lesson because I actually did this with my group. We said it was actually kind of science because what you have to do with this is you observe, you make estimations, you theorize, which means you guess what's going to happen in different scenarios with different variables. So this is kind of also like a science lesson, and I hope that you're making the same observations that I am because that's what makes this whole thing fun. So, taking a look, we're going to first look at this first problem with the princess. It says, "What will stack on the cube?" Okay, so some of the attributes that we have for these shapes is that we can see if they stack, if they roll, or they slide. So we're going to be looking at that in this lesson. Okay, and this is on page 713. So it says, what will stack on the cube? So if we're looking here, oh, Mr. Holland, I forgot which one's the cube again? Well, cube is one of the easier ones that we have. Cube. Think of an ice cube. Think of a dice when you're or a die when you're rolling the dice. Those are cube shape. So we have these pink cubes here. Well, what's the yellow one? Remember, it's shaped like a pop can. It's a cylinder. Say cylinder. Good. Yes, it's a cylinder shaped like a can. And then what are the green ones? That's the other easy one. Remember, ice cream cone. I mean, it's not called an ice cream cone. It's just called a cone. We call it an ice cream cone because we always use it with ice cream. So there's that. Okay. But they're asking what will stack on the cube. So this cube right here, because obviously we can't stack on these, or is it so obvious? These are both cones. This is the cube. So if we were looking, I have my cube. What can stack on the cube? Let's try the cylinder. Say they have the cylinder, they have a sphere, that's the other hard one, sphere, and they have a cube. So let's take a look. Will the cylinder stack? Yes, it will. So that's why they have that one circled. Now, the sphere, they don't have it circled, so they must have tried it. Think it's gonna stay? Nope. It's round all the way around, so it doesn't have a face to rest on. Remember, a face is the flat side of our shapes here. So, and then they say another cube. Mr. Holland, you don't even have another cube. Oh, really? Oh, got him. Oh, I just knocked it over. All right, yes, a cube will stack on top of a cube because they both have flat faces. So, good. Let's give it a try. Let's see what else we can do. Okay. This is when they haven't circled them. So they're asking what will stack on the cylinder. So again, we're not talking about these cones and we're not talking about these cubes. We're talking about the cylinder on top. So first they have actually let's try with something else instead of my actual cylinder over here, making a mess on my table. All right, so I'm going to use this jar, which is a cylinder shape, and represent the cylinder on top of the blocks there. So let me try cube. It worked because they have a flat face on a flat face, so it works. Now, what about the cylinder? Is it going to work? A cylinder on a cylinder? Could it work? Let's try. Yes, it does. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, now let's see. Let's even go a little bit further. Will the sphere go on top of the cylinder? I'm actually going to use something different. This rubber ball is a sphere. Nope. Lost it. No, it can't because it doesn't have a flat face. So when you go to circle, the cube will stack and the cylinder will stack, but not the sphere. So, okay. Next page. Hey, not like that. Hey, what are you doing? Stop. Hey, okay. Ooh, what will stack on the cone? This should be interesting. Oh, they have all of our shapes down here. I just want to hypothesize for a second. Hypothesize means think about it and make a guess about what could happen. So we've already talked about how flat faces help the shapes to stack. Now, the cone is very interesting because how many faces does it have? Just one. So if I set it on top of something like it is in the picture, it'll stack because it has a flat face. But it's asking us what's going to stack on top. Well, what do you think? Do you think any of them will? No. You guys don't have any faith. Come on. We could at least maybe no. Okay. All right. Let's give it a try. We'll start with the cylinder. Ready? Nope. That didn't work. So we're going to draw an X on the cylinder. That didn't work. All right. And another cone. Oh boy, I don't even have another cone. I don't think. Anyone have any ice cream cones laying around? You know, I think I might be able to do something real quick. And ta-da! Made another cone. You just like wrap your paper kind of like sideways, like you're making a megaphone. You guys have done it before. All right, but anyway, we're gonna try to use this and stack on top of it another cone. This one even stands up. Nope. So cone won't do it either. All right. Sphere. Well, it didn't stack before. It's gonna stack now. You can't. There won't even be anywhere. Wouldn't be anywhere to set it. So nope. Last but not least, the cube. Nope. Not gonna work. All right. So we've crossed all of those off. So really, so far, the only ones that have stacked are actually cubes and cylinders because they both have flat faces on either side. Like, look down here. They have a cube, another cube, another cube, another cube, another cube, another cylinder, 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 cylinder. Because, I mean, you can stack a cone on top, but you can't stack it on the bottom. So I'm starting to see a trend here, guys. You guys notice that? All right, let's look at the next page. Ooh, okay. So see, look, they did it again. Look, they have the cubes and cylinders again. They didn't even put the cones on there. Or spheres. Spheres you can't put that anywhere. It'll just roll off. All right, but this time it says what will stack on the cube. So we know for positive that cylinders will stack. We also know that cubes will stack because you can literally put something on the bottom and something on the top of the cylinder and a cube. You can't do that with a sphere, and you can't do that with a cone. So let's cross that out too, because we know it'll just roll right off the page. All right, now for your homework. Well, I kind of gave you the first one already, but you definitely will do this one. What will stack on the cube? And you guys will already know the answer. You have all three of these. You can see in the picture what can and what can't. So just go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you in the next lesson. Bye, everybody.